Broke Brad right here. All right, man. I'll be right back, man. Peace. My bad, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Well, I'm here the next day, because the work don't stop, and I'm gonna go ahead and just finish this recap. So I know I just touched on what's my man name? Louis, and Fran. Her name not Fran, but her name might as well be Fran. She remind me of the name. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like definitely is Jersey Shore alumni. I think they from the Jersey Shore. But anywho, so what's going to start happening is that when men start observing, more men are going to start watching this show, Love at the Lockup, because they're going to want to kind of look at who women kind of actually wind up being with, right? So we're going to go ahead and get back to Tenny and Rob real quick. So what I want to talk about this real quick is Rob is going to start becoming the poster child for why men are going to give up on being stepfathers. I'm saying, and a lot more black men, not so much I think men so much don't want to date women with kids. It's just that men are going to start becoming more aware of how bad it is, how bad your situation is. You know what I mean? Like I talk to so many black men, I'm like, God damn, I would never want to be in that kind of relationship. You know what I mean? Or it's like, damn, like you don't realize that that's not nice. Not nice, you're rude. Anywho, so we'll go ahead and share the screen. So this is Rob again. He's having a conversation with his stepkids about how they feel about his mother coming, basically having more of a relationship, basically trying to mend things and trying to have because he wants his family to be able to come to the house too, you know. But what goes on, and this kind of always goes on and mixed family relationships, especially if you don't have any kids, is that that kind of woman or that kind of person, they're always going to try to isolate you because they don't want you to find out that, yo, this is not really a good deal for you. Anytime someone takes an excuse to isolate you from your family and your friends, or make you feel as though it's not okay, or make you feel as though it's a problem for you to visit them or talk to them and whatnot, yo, that person, you know, you're usually being abused. All right. So also the conversations you have. Rob is asking them. He should not. This is a question you should not be asking a young person, especially when it involves kids who are not yours. That's another thing too. That's not their grandma. All they know is that my mother is perfect. No one thinks bad about their mother when they're young. You know what I'm saying? That's for your 20s. But I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, so I don't got that much time. I gotta get to work. I want to just go ahead and just share this real quick, and we're going to just finish out. Try to finish this in the next 10 minutes. All right. So again, conversations you don't have with young people. You're supposed to be explaining to them what's going on, not polling them. Now, don't get me wrong. It's something different if you have to get the story about something that they witnessed that you didn't witness, or something that they know about and you don't know about. But when it comes to do you guys think you can get along with my mother? They don't have a choice. The same way that you don't have a choice who they are or who they become or how they act. You can't control that. You know?
I'm enjoying this time with y'all. Mm-hmm. I always do, man. How do y'all honestly feel about my mother? Do y'all think we can manage? Like,
Yeah.
Giving up on my mom is not an option. I have been calling for days. She finally responded. I told her to meet me at the house. Bringing my mom to the house around the kids without Tenny and her knowledge, probably not a good idea. But when it comes to my mom, I don't think Tenny fully understands.
Fair
Look
use.
at my point of view. If y'all feel some type.
So, another thing too is that, like, yo, if Rob ever finds out what the internet is and find out what his actual worth is, I'm like, fam, you done got out of jail. You already taking care of a fam. Not only you take care of yourself, you are providing for a woman and her kids, and kids that you take care of yourself and kids that's not yours, man. Oh, But I have to say, bro, it's simp activity. It's slightly simp activity because it's really important for you to know why. Because again, a lot of men don't really think about why do I rock with this woman? Why am I with this woman? Also, one of the reasons why he didn't tell Tenny was because he's in a mindset of thinking he needs permission. The only things you need permission with your woman is things that belong to her. Let's say if it's a car, you need to borrow her car. You wouldn't just hop in her car and drive it, or whatever, just like anything like that. Or you wouldn't take her debit card and just make a purchase, because these are things that belong to her or things that she normally has control or autonomy over. I don't know how to use the word autonomy. I'm not sure. I guess that's what it means. 8:46 in the morning. But when it comes to a household, you have to assume control. All right. And you have to give them all the understanding that I'm in charge here. Because if you don't, because communication it has to be clear. At the end of the day, what he doesn't understand yet is that they're not going to give structure to themselves. So they can't give structure to themselves, then you shouldn't be having conference or debate with people who, because they're not your equals. You come give them the play. The way a good leader will handle that is to acknowledge the feelings that may be going on, right? And say, hey, I know you guys probably feel this way, feel that way, and everything, but this is what's going on, and we have to do this, we have to do that, because it wouldn't matter what Tenny's family did to Rob. Rob couldn't tell her, and Rob probably wouldn't tell her, hey, your uncle can't come around here no more. Your grandma can't, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's say he did get into a fight with someone, a male in her family. She'll be campaigning and pushing him to mend that and fix that. She wouldn't be okay with, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to be cool with your dad again. I'm not going to be cool with your pop, especially if he pushed her first, right? And again, the permission. Rob is not thinking for himself. In his mind, again, his self-esteem. Most black men's self-esteem is very low, especially black men coming out of jail. You know what I mean? It's a very polarizing thing. Because again, they have a mindset of, I'm not in the best position, when ironically, he's doing so good that he don't even got no kids.
Type of way, or something that you think of in your head that makes you panic, just tell me or mama and we can, well, today tell me this is her first day at work. We want to let her get all that in.
Fair use.
Henley Law Office, this is Tenny. How may I help you?
All right,
So
I think so. There's security cameras, and so Tenny is going to watch this whole thing from the security camera, right? Also, what Rob is doing, I'm gonna get out here in a second. Again, we're gonna get into this is, and also too, this is how loving black men are. Look how loving he is. Look how nice he's being to these kids. He's basically saying, "Hey, do you think it's okay for my mom to come visit at the house that I pay for everything at?" And he had to make their mama get a job, and he was scared to say that. What men gotta understand, I'm probably gonna end on this. What men gotta understand is that you gotta realize when you've lost or when you not want to get what you want or just where you are in a situation. Because when you can't do that, you'll continue to pursue something or work on something or put energy into something that's not helpful to you. Men have a hard time realizing when things are not helpful to them, when they're not helping themselves. So what men are afraid of sometimes is confrontation and anger. And the thing is, when you deal with a tough bro, you got to deal with it the same way you would a tough dude. You got to have a mindset of, you ain't got to be rah-rah. Me personally, I'm not a good rah-rah-rah. I'm not someone who can shit talk you real good and nothing like that. But I'll tell you what, though, ain't no one ever try to put their hands on me. I've been at mad events with mad tough niggas and mad street niggas and hood niggas. No one's ever act like they're gonna put their hands on me. No one's ever tried to put their hands on me. No one's ever tried to back me down to nothing for no reason. I've never experienced that at all. Also, I'm a peaceful nigga. I don't welcome that. I don't invite that. But I'm just saying, I've never had to do a loud back and forth with no one or peacock or I'm not peacock. What's the word? Bark in a way to keep you off me or try to intimidate you. I'm never in a situation like that. But also my vibe don't invite that. But anywho, the vibe you gotta have, with a woman who want to fight, Anytime your woman wants to fight, unless you have really messed up and she's expressing herself like you really screwed up. Let's say you crashed her car. Okay, that's the time for a woman to get really upset with you and kind of read you because you fucked up, or you're about to get them evicted, or you know what I'm saying, and she didn't know that the rent was past due and this and that and stuff like that. And even then, it's still a limit, right? Other than that, you got to realize, you are not going to fare well or ever be dominant in anything if you can't do self-preservation, meaning that you can't realize when you're being attacked or taken advantage of. All right. Actually, I want to play a little bit more because again, I want to get into this whole thing about Rob behaving as if he needs permission from everyone and trying to be everyone's friend and not understand, like, bro, you had to sometimes you had to just say, yo, it's what it is.
She's doing like a 7 or 8 because she's probably like nervous, and also she's probably like thinking about us.
With a fly on there.
All right, so mom is there.
I didn't even want to come. I didn't even want to bother. But he kept texting, Mama, I love you. Mama, please come. Like, he's showing me trying. You know what I mean? He was putting in the effort. So that's what kind of made me put my foot on the gas a little bit more. Because I was so, kind of excited to see my son.
What do you mean?
What face she made? All right, but I can't be late to work, man. Listen. I'm trying to realize that I don't need to play these long clips. I have to really start being more professional and just find the exact moment and just play that, because I'll fuck around and play like a whole minute. I realized that when they start cutting these shit out my videos. So from time to time, if I'm doing a video like this, they may cut out some of the clips, so they might make me mute it and whatnot, and that's that could be a whole waste. But anywho, again, an experience. Most of the guys on the show, they don't really have the experience needed to have a family, and again, I mean, unless you were married or was with this person before you went in, you more than likely, I think all these guys would just benefit from just spending a little time on your own, man, getting to know yourself. And again, it's hard for you to make such a big commitment and a lifelong commitment without knowing what you want. That's what I was saying about really all the guys from the young white guy, Daniel and no girl, her demanding a ring and a commitment and whatnot, and it's like without actually convincing him that I will be a good wife. That's another thing we're gonna get into too, is how men get married because they are pushed into the idea of every woman deserves marriage. So therefore, the woman does not try to convince you to marry her or try to persuade you to marry her through always look at when someone does not try to persuade you through positive means in a relationship. All right. The guy will persuade you to want to be with him because he look good, he's well groomed, he's funny, he's charismatic, he cares, he tries to make you feel safe, he tries to get a good job, try to dress well, try to be a good friend, try to be good in bed, make effort. I mean, you can't be good at anything without making effort, but men have to also stop buying into the mindset that every woman deserves marriage and everyone deserves a chance without having some way of vetting them. Some way of actually saying, all right, okay, do you cross this? Do you check that box? Check that box. Where I'm at now, I don't really have no crazy list. I mean, barbecue sauce. I haven't been to do that. It just happened. It's a spirit. But yeah, even me, I don't have no crazy list. I think most men only really want a few things. Most men want you to look good and they want cooperation. All right, and for you to have a pleasing attitude and a positive attitude a majority of the time. We don't even mind if you're a little crazy, as long as it's minimal and it's not, and you gotta be aware of it to have any kind of control over it. But anywho, men have to start deciding what is the criteria for the woman you want to be with for the rest of your life if you're going to get married. All right, do y'all have an understanding, and most importantly, do y'all morals and values align? But then again, do y'all even have morals and values? And I think that's another reason why these men aren't aware that these are terrible women. Like almost none of these women are good women. In terms of like someone that were like they're trustworthy, someone who's honest, someone with good intentions, someone who wants to put the right effort or put energy into the right places in a relationship. But anyway, we got an hour mark, man. I just want to do a quick video. I'm going to be late for work. I want to do a quick video because the work don't stop. Yo, I don't never stop. I could have just went to work and took my walk and said, yo, sunlight rained down on me. Good day. But nah, I skipped that walk today because, yo, I didn't finish this episode last night. I got tired. So I'm not taking no more long breaks again. I stopped and went to go cook steak. Fell asleep. Anyway, we out, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. Love y'all. Peace.